why are these men not picking Black women? I think some of them are, some of them aren't. The ones who aren't picking the Black women are not attracted to Black women. They've dated Black women. They've had bad experiences with Black women. Some of them, you know, some women are going to say, oh, they hate themselves. Maybe some of them do hate themselves.
All
I
right.
don't know, but I don't know many Black men who
So
hate themselves.
do most high value men pick women from their own race across the world?
Is that a fact?
I'm asking you.
Oh, I don't know the answer to that question. I don't know if that's a fact that high value Black men usually
Okay.
want to date Black women.
Do most people pick people from their own race?
Yes.
So then it stands to reason that most high value men pick. You don't see.
Correct.
Listen, you don't see high value white men marrying non-white women in mass. So I'm saying that what you're doing is you're kind of splitting hairs. And here's what I honestly think. I think the qualities that you're saying that they look for in other women are not as readily available in most Black women today. And the number one quality is cooperation.
Oh, yeah, I totally agree with that. Black women, including myself, are very uncooperative at times unless we find a man that we feel is masculine and we feel safe with. You know, Black women, we're very emotional.
That's bull crap.
You think
because
so?
Yeah, because basically, well, let's just say it's not bull crap. That's a fancy way of saying that we have to handle you. In order for you to act like women should act, you have to choose to put down the BS. But it's a choice.
But don't you think that's realistic?
No, I don't.
Don't you think what
No,
you
I
just
don't.
said is
No, I don't.
realistic?
I don't think it is. No, I don't. I don't think it is. You're over talking me. All right, this is gonna go real bad. How old are you?
I'm 38.
Uh-huh.
Can I speak?
Yeah, that's the no man's land sound. Because what you're saying ultimately doesn't work. Because you're unmarried and alone. That's why I said it makes no sense, because it doesn't work. Go ahead.
I don't understand what you mean. What doesn't work?
It doesn't work. It means you don't get husbands.
You lost me. I'm sorry. Say that again.
Okay. It doesn't work. Meaning you don't get the outcome desired. Meaning being married. See, we judge very simply over here by outcomes. And the outcomes is if you keep on, I'm going to keep fighting and I'm not going to do whatever until you prove to me that that you're the kind of man I can trust or whatever. And that makes you uncooperative when the rest of the market is cooperating right out the rip. That means I'm going to pick somebody that's cooperative. And then they're going to pick somebody else who's cooperative. That means you uncooperative women will remain unpartnered, unmarried, meaning it does not work.
Well, that's not what I said, and that's not what I meant by what I was saying. All I was trying to say to you or try to explain was that I believe a lot of Black women, including myself, choose who we're going to be submissive to. We're not submissive to every man that tries.
And have you ever chosen? And what man have you chosen to submit to in your 38 years?
I would say about 3 or 4.
Okay. And what's the longest relationship you ever had?
8 years.
1 year.
I said 8 years.
8 years. How long ago was this?
This ran from about 2012 up until the summer.
And why didn't this man choose to marry you? Since you submitted to him.
He told me he didn't believe in marriage. That's all he told me.
Oh, okay. And when did he tell you this? And you're what?
He always told me this.
Right. Did you want to get married?
I didn't really want to get married because I have 2 children already who are teenagers.
Surprise.
I just wanted to
All
You know. No,
right.
I didn't want to get married at the time. No, I didn't.
I'm not trying to be funny, man, but
No, I mean, it's
I
funny
mean,
to you. It's funny, but I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be honest. I'm
but the
not
thing
here to
is,
lie.
but what I'm saying is, you
Would
have
I
two.
like to have married him? Yes, of course. I was with him for 8 years, but he didn't
But
want to marry me.
stop. All right,
That's not funny.
listen. What you did not yield the outcome you would have even wanted. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to deconstruct. You were with somebody for 8 years who didn't want to get married. And you know you wanted to get married, but he didn't want to get married. But why'd you stay there? Number one. Number two, you got one kid, two kids. Were you married to either one of the fathers?
Both my children have the same father, and we were not married.
Why did you he choose not to marry you?
Again, we were engaged, but
Again, I don't count
we
engagement. I don't. No.
Yeah, we didn't get married because we were young. I was in my 20s.
Ma'am, that's not young. That's an adult.
I didn't want to get married.
Okay, so listen, you're a perfect case. You're a headstrong, uncooperative black woman who does things the wrong way. You have babies without the benefit of marriage. You deal with men who don't want to marry you. It doesn't work. Do you have a daughter?
Yes.
Would you recommend her to go to do what you did in life?
Hell no.
Why?
Absolutely not.
Why?
Because it's sad.
Because it doesn't work, and that's all I'm trying to get you to understand is what you do.
Oh, I know it doesn't work.
But
yeah, I know it doesn't work. Obviously, I know that doesn't work because I'm 38 years old.
But the whole notion of I'm not going to do this until a man does that doesn't work. Femininity is not.
I didn't say that I behave that way. I say most black
femininity is not something you turn on and off.
All I was just saying was,
but it's not something you turn on and off. You don't get to just keep talking, ma'am. Okay. I'm going to unmute you so you can say what you have to say, but you can't just keep doing that. Go ahead.
Can you hear me? I'm unmuted. But I wasn't saying that all black women are uncooperative. I just said a lot of us are, and it's because we're choosy. We're just very.
What do you mean choosy?
It may not be
choosy.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. So, let me get this right.
There aren't.
No. See, this is my time. You're uncooperative. Women like yourself are uncooperative because you're choosy. Please explain what that means.
From my own experience, and I cannot speak for every black woman out there. I am a black woman who was born and raised in New York City. So, being in my environment, there wasn't a lot of quality young men or, men.
I asked about being choosy, man. I asked you about you'll be uncooperative because you're choosy. You give me environment. Why? What does that mean?
I mean, I'm choosy. I don't know. I can say at 38, I can still count on both my hands how many men I've had sex with in my entire life.
But you haven't explained choosy, ma'am. Uncooperative being
explain
choosy.
It in what way? What do you mean?
Because what you're saying doesn't make sense. Choosy means picky.
Selective.
Okay, so you select who you're cooperative with.
Absolutely.
All right, and look at what it's done for you.
What do you mean? Because I'm not married? It's made me an unmarried woman at 38. Is that, I don't think that's the end all be all.
Oh, okay. Well, so now you're still talking. You're still talking. See?
I didn't hear you talking. Sorry,
well, because you can look at what it's done for you. You are strong, opinionated, and unwed. Look, ma'am, maybe here's the funny thing. So many black women like yourself think marriage is, well, I don't need it. It's no big deal. Yeah, it really does matter. Your ability to. Okay, let me ask you a better question. Before I ask this, the guy you were with for 8 years.
Yes.
By the way, did you go to college?
Yes.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
A master's, PhD, anything?
Bachelor's.
Bachelor's. Does the guy you were with for 8 years go to college?
Yes.
Where did he go to school for?
He went to school for engineering.
All right. Is he an engineer?
No.
Right. Who earned more, you or him?
Now, at this point, me.
Right. So, again, you're a mother of two who's with a man you out-earned. What is that? Why is that relevant? Because you had to pick a lesser male. Because, ma'am, part of the reason is your uncooperative nature. Part of the reason you have two kids from another guy who was probably on the same level as the last guy. You don't
That's
get
not true.
Okay, fine. But you don't get, but here's what is true. You don't, higher value men do not select women like yourself to marry. They may hook
That's
up with
okay.
you.
That's okay.
It's okay. It's okay that, okay. And see, what I want you young women to hear is these are your mamas and your nannies and your aunties. See, you're saying it's okay when young black women are saying, I don't want any parts of your life, ma'am. I don't want to be strong like you and have to work until I die. I don't want, no, you got younger women all day, and even women, they don't, see, it's not okay. So you're all right with working until retirement age, but you and being uncooperative and picky. Good. Ladies, this is your choice. Do it this way. Do it this way. Well, yeah, man, because
not accurate.
No, it's very accurate. I said higher value men do not choose to make women like you their wives. And you said it's okay, as if you wouldn't want to have one of these, you wouldn't want to have the lifestyle that these kind of men can provide.
I think everyone would want to have that lifestyle.
But in order to get it, you're going to have to shut your mouth and get on somebody's program and under their authority. But that's not in you, so you get lesser men. That's all I'm saying. So if you're okay with having to work during the pandemic, during everything else, good. But then don't complain that you got to work. See, that's what other groups of women get. When you cooperate with a man, you don't have to pull out the cape and be the superwoman and go do everything. But so many black women like yourself, that's your pride. I'm good. I'm fine. I don't need it.
No, you're right. Can I say something? Because you're just going on. It just sounds like what you're saying is very negative. But
it's very true. No, ma'am. No. I don't like when is what I just said accurate, factual, precise.
Not 100%, but
I didn't say 100%. Ma'am, this is our culture. And you said it's what I just ran down was culture. The women in my family, the women in New York, California, Oklahoma, black women across the country fit into this culture. It's not negative. It's true. You guys don't like the truth. You call the truth negative and bashing. And that's another problem we have in our culture. You got to stop calling the truth negative. Hell, somebody the other day called obesity white supremacy.
What? No. Can I just say something?
Go ahead.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, Kevin.
I know you do. You just going to fight.
You don't let me talk. I let you talk.
Go ahead.
I agree with a lot of what you're saying, but I just also want to say that these high value men that you're talking about, we all know that they exist, but they're not a needle in the haystack, but heck, you might as well say they are a needle in the haystack. And a lot of women, black women especially, are taught to be, strong.
Who taught you that? Who taught you that?
Of course, our mother, we all know our mothers taught us
that. Well, then that's wrong.
I understand, but let me just finish. Yes, it's wrong. Our mothers taught us to be strong and to be that way because there wasn't a man around. Like, for example, I didn't grow up with my father in my life. My grandfather died.
Okay, is your father alive?
No, my father died in 2009.
Okay, let me ask you a question before you go on.
Sure.
Did you ever talk to your father and get his story from his lips?
Never, no. I was too young.
2009, you were 27.
No, I'm 38.
And 2009 was 11 years ago.
Oh, sorry. So then he didn't die in 2000. He died in 2000, and he died when I was like, oh, God. No, you're right. Yeah,
I
I was
know I'm
23.
right.
Go
And my
ahead. Go
point
ahead.
is this.
Yeah,
You
go
are
ahead.
see, and what you're about to tell me is you guys are raised to be strong. And your mother and black women have raised their children to be softer men and harder women. And the problem is you never got your father's story from his own mouth. And you're old enough to know that your mother is probably going to give you the story to make her look good.
Who, me?
Well,
No,
I will
not
put
really.
it
I
to you
don't even
this
get
way.
along with
One
my
of the
mother.
things
I
I
don't even
tell
get
people to
along with
do,
my
what I tell
mother.
people to do often, is you need to go get your father's story from his mouth because I am sorry, man. Let me just take women never, well, women rarely take accountability. Women often make, your dad was horrible or that. If you didn't get his story, you don't know what happened truly. You got your mother's interpretation. There's your mother's interpretation, there's the father's interpretation, and somewhere in the middle is the truth. But at the end of the day, you are an unmarried, uncovered, hardworking, single, by choice black woman out here living on one income. Hard. This is a hard life. And you're saying black men who are high value are a needle in a haystack. In New York City, you can throw a rock on any block and see them. And they're with non-black women. They exist. You were told they didn't exist. They do. And if they exist, why don't they pick you and women like you? And this is one of the reasons. Cooperation. You were not taught to cooperate with a man.
A lot of black women are very cooperative because our mothers, even though a lot of
Cooperative
us,
with whom?
let me just say this, Kevin, please. A lot of black women are cooperative, I believe, and I will say that even though a lot of our fathers weren't in the household, a lot of us are cooperative
Cooperative with whom?
because we were raised by very domineering, strict black women who
You
raised
can't just
us
keep,
to
you can't
work
say you're,
hard
no,
because
no,
they
no. You
told
cannot say
us
you were cooperative and
you
not
can't
say
depend on a
cooperative with whom.
man. That's what they told us.
No, 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 no. You cannot just say
No,
you're
that is true. Black mothers.
No, I'm going to mute you because you can't just say you're cooperative and not say with whom are you cooperating. You can unmute yourself. But see, you guys just throw stuff out there like we supposed to accept it. Cooperative with whom?
With the men I've been in relationships with.
Ma'am. Okay. Have you ever been in a relationship with a man who's a provider male? Who can actually, that can pay the cost to be, okay. Yes.
Yes. With my children's father. I'll give you that example. Yes.
And why didn't he want to marry you?
He did. I told you I didn't want to get married.
But then why'd you have one and two babies?
Because I wanted two children. I wanted a boy and a girl, and I got what I wanted.
Oh Jesus! You can't make this shit up.
You can. I'm being.
You can't make it up. You can't make it up. So this is
What's
why.
wrong with that?
This is why I say you can't make this up. Cooperate. He wanted to get married. She did not want to. This woman says she's cooperative. All she talks about is what she wants. Why didn't he marry you? He wanted to marry me, but I didn't want to. That don't sound too cooperative. Anybody in the chat room, please tell me. And to her, this makes sense. Woo! Hello. Hi, how are you? What do you have for me?
Yesterday, 2 days ago. I'm really appreciative of your content. I thank you for all of the free game you're giving us here. I just sent you a super chat.
Appreciate it.
Gosh, I I don't want to go off topic here from what you're discussing about what is from the racial, interracial dating, correct? This is what we're talking about tonight.
Well, we're just asking why the whole notion of why are high value black men being stolen by other groups of women.
Yes.
That's the overall premise. But go ahead.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you could tell. I am a white woman. I'm 43. I've never been married. I don't have children. I've never lived with a man. So I'm going through the transformation, rediscovering my feminine power, unlearning all of the bull stuff that was crammed on me, working like a man for the last 20 years or so. I'm sorry, I guess I don't really have a question right now. I wasn't expecting you to unmute me.
That's okay.
I guess in terms of interracial dating, I decided I went ahead and created another profile online to approach things totally different. And because I've never have dated outside of my race before. I've had a lot of other different men who, advanced at me and so forth, but I was never attracted to it. And I guess in seeking a higher value man, or not just seeking a higher value man, but I'm doing the inventory on myself.
Hold on. 43?
Yes, sir.
How many kids do you have?
I have no children.
When you start talking about higher value men, it's going to be difficult to date a higher value man.
I understand. I understand that. I accept where I am in life. I accept the lane that I'm in, is what I'm saying. But at least when I say higher value man, I guess maybe that, just speaking down to brass tacks, is just a man who's a protector and a provider. He doesn't have to be a CEO, because I supported those types of men in my job.
Well, I would say, hold on. Let me get back to Elisa.
Sure.
Elisa.
Sure. Yes, I'm here.
You notice? Okay. So, you said you were cooperative.
At times, yes.
I mean, go back and listen to this portion of the thing, man. You had a man that you were all right with having not only one child, but 2 children. But you didn't want to cooperate and marry him. Why?
I didn't want to marry my children's father because when I got pregnant with my first child, I was in college and I wanted to finish college, and he wanted me to drop out after I had the baby. And
ma'am.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That makes no sense. Women are married in college all day long. Let's get to the truth, man. You didn't want to marry him. Why?
I guess I didn't see myself being with him for the rest of my life.
Oh, but you will make a person, but you'll give him the highest honor a woman can give a man.
Crazy, right? Yeah, I know.
No, it's not crazy. It's sad.
I mean, I wasn't trying to get pregnant, but I didn't want to have
okay,
an abortion.
but you got pregnant anyway, and you were in college. So I don't give it to you being 13 years old. You're a college student, and you had another baby. What's more likely is you didn't want to submit. You didn't want to have to be told what to do by nobody. You're all right having the kids, but you don't want to have a man telling you where to come, where to go, what to do, what not to do.
No, it wasn't. I've always been a homebody, so I never had those issues.
Doesn't matter. So in other words, you've decided to make a baby with a man who wanted to marry you. You didn't want to marry him, but he was good enough to reproduce with. And see, I'm letting this go, man, because at the end of the day, well, let me ask, was he involved in his children's life?
Yes, he still is.
Good. Cooperation, man. Cooperation. And if I asked you, would you tell your daughter to go down the same path you're going down?
No, I want my daughter to make better decisions.
Does that involve a husband and a family?
Yes, of course.
How do you think she's going to get there with you as a mother, as a shepherd? She sees an uncooperative woman.
What do you mean a shepherd? I don't understand.
You're shepherding her into femininity, into her adult feminine. She's under you. You will be her model for how she handles men. She'll say, she didn't marry my dad, and then she was over here with this dude for 8 years and didn't marry him. You're not modeling marriage. You're not modeling You're not modeling family. You're modeling do what you want to do. Have a man, have a relationship, fine, but anything, a real family. And see, that's what's missing in our community is our women are so independent from us. And it doesn't surprise me that you value college more than you do a man.
I did at that time, yeah.
Exactly. That's why. And here's the thing.
Because when you're in your 20s, that's what you're thinking. Well,
no. That's what black women are thinking. Other groups of women go to college and get husbands. See, you are the only group of women. Excuse me. You're the only group of women that think you can live and exist and do fine without your man. You're the only group in this country that thinks that makes any sense.
Because
Nope. Not gonna let you get that off. Because we have a jacked up culture and your mother's warped you. And you've been told your daddies weren't there, such and so forth. Until you get your dad's side of the story, I'm not hearing all that. All right.